Emotions are these very strange things, right? So we are not taught anymore to ignore them, which we were 30, 40 years ago. So now we are not supposed to ignore them anymore, but still we are not really taught how to deal with them. And the beauty about the emotions is that they are actually true, and they want to be recognized, and they are the ways that somehow our own self communicates with us about something that is important to us. Now, some of them are positive, and that's great. We don't have so much trouble with those. But some of them are really disturbing and are not very helpful, right? Like they can disrupt their lives and things like that. So what happens when you meditate, or when you really sort of, it's not just about you meditating, it's about you really becoming stable in that meditative experience, right? Is that when emotions that are not particularly positive ones show up at your door, first of all, you see them coming. And you see them coming much before they are actually going to arrive. And then there are different ways you can deal with them. So just being so much more in tune with yourself and in tune with your environment, you start seeing the patterns of your emotions. You start seeing, okay, I am getting off here, and this is what's going to happen next, and I know what is going to happen next, right? And so then there are different things you can do. You can flee, which might be a good response, and you can, this is something that works quite well with emotions, is that emotions are sort of, you cannot beat them straight up, but you can switch your attention to other emotions, right? So you can always find these things that you will develop a storage of, these things that you know work for you to pull you out of negative emotions that have not really taken over yet, and take you back into a more balanced state. So, and another thing you could do, which eventually you do, is when you realize that, okay, you know, today is a day when I think I'm strong enough and I can face this one, then you can let them come, and you can really see why they are there and what it is that they're trying to tell you about yourself. And so this is something that often happens, that as you meditate, at least this is what happened with me, is that after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years, 8 of meditating, finally the things are coming up that are somehow really deeply ingrained. And they're not even things, oh, this is something that happened in your childhood, but these are the things that you realize what is happening in your family for generations. You sort of realize that this emotion, this particular emotion, let's say abandonment issues or something like that comes up, it is not just yours, it's been there for generations, and you sort of have a chance to see it and to somehow get over it by, first of all, recognizing it, and then really finding that way of changing that pattern of that emotion. And the only way to do it is to really go for that source inside you and find these qualities that you didn't really think you had, but they are there, and let them grow, and then let these emotions be sort of, overcome, or grow out of those emotions that way.